What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ziggy doing, man. Another day, another podcast. Before we get into it, man, I got to do my disclaimer. These are my opinions. These aren't facts. You are entitled to your own opinion. It's okay to not agree with me. It's okay to even take offense to some of the things I say. That's part of, these podcasts. They're not necessarily going to be the most popular opinions, the most popular views, and everyone isn't going to like them. So with that being said, if y'all do like my content, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and leave comments, man. Feedback is one of those things that I enjoy. I love healthy debates, and I like to see things from different points of views because it helps, right? In any topic, it helps to get other people's points of views and different perspectives. Now, let's get into it. Relationships and why I think they fail. So nowadays, social media is everywhere. You're not going to get away from social media. Everyone has some form of social media. Everyone, has gravitated towards that. And a lot of people, most people put a whole bunch of value into that, which means that the things that are said and done on social media, a lot of people take to heart. They value much more than some things that people say and do in real life. Now, when you go on social media, from the women's side, you see a lot of women that portray themselves as beautiful. They use their physical appearance to promote who they are. So if they have a nice body, they'll, take pictures showing their bodies. If they, they're attractive, they're going to have a lot of pictures, accentuating their face and certain sides. And basically everyone is going to make sure they look good before they put themselves on social media. So when you have a lot of women online taking pictures of their face and their bodies and, certain suggestive poses, you'll get a lot of guys in those comments saying beauty, queen, gorgeous, future wife, where have you been all my life? Things like this. So when a woman sees that, it kind of empowers her, right? She sees that and says, oh, look at all these men that are giving me these compliments. That means I am beautiful. I am a queen. I am gorgeous, and they tend to do more things online to get those kind of responses, those positive responses, and to go even further, another woman may go on her page and see those guys giving her those compliments. And she may say, well, I look better than her. So if she's getting these compliments, if I do it, I'd get even more compliments. And you see how this pattern keeps going and goes and goes and goes. You have a bunch of women online projecting themselves as beautiful, gorgeous, nice bodies. And even if they don't have nice bodies to some, this camera thing is very powerful. You can take pictures at certain angles to look a certain way. I've seen it done before so many times. Women that look one way in real life, but on social media, they completely different. So basically, a lot of women get empowered based off of their beauty because that's where they get the compliments from the guys, beauty, queen, all of this stuff. And these guys, what these women may not know is these guys don't just tell them that, right? These guys will log in and they will scroll up and down these social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, looking at girls who take pictures of themselves in sexually suggestive ways, sticking their tongue out. I am not really a fan of that. Women that stick their tongue out in pictures, to each their own, and pictures, with their shirts up to here and the small waist, big hips, and all these things. Those are sexually suggestive to men. So you're going to get certain kind of compliments for those, but they're going to come from certain kinds of men. And these men are not just commenting on your picture. They comment on any woman that has similar features. So when I go through TikTok and I see a lot of women just doing these poses and these dances and these twerking videos, I don't comment on them. I just say to myself, like, what's different? What's different than this woman doing the same thing on this page or that woman? But the comments stay the same. Queen, beauty, oh my God, where have you been all my life? DM me, let's be together, future wife. And it's simping, absolutely, but it sends the wrong message to these women. It's telling them, hey, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, and you're, physically attractive. Now, on the flip side with the men, it isn't about the so much about the physical features, right? Like some guys do, have nice bodies and they put that online with all the, shirt off, muscle showing, everything, and they get compliments too for their bodies. But guys is more so about the money. So a guy feels that if he has money, then that gives him a better chance at getting women. So a lot of guys will flaunt their money, literally putting money online, or they will show things to imply that they do have money, flashy car, rims, things like that, jewelry. It is so much jewelry. Oh my goodness. Guys will just have on all kinds of jewelry. And women, surprise, surprise, flock to that. They're attracted by a man that appears to have money, because a lot of these guys that flash money don't really have it. So it's just a facade. Once again, like how women can put on makeup, doll themselves up for 3 hours, eyelashes and all that, and take pictures at certain angles. They can give the appearance of looking like something online that they're really not. So between the men with the money pretending like they have it, and the women with the, looking a certain way, pretending like that's how they really look all the time, you create these illusions of things that just aren't really there. So if a woman has beauty and a man has money, I guess to some, they think that that's good enough for a relationship. So, hey, I look good and my man got money. Let's promote this online. Let's promote me, twerking or shaking my butt or wearing sexually, suggestive clothing. And my man flashes this money and this jewelry and everything. And people are going to think we're happy and we're successful. And that actually, people gravitate towards that too. Between things like the Kardashians and this Blueface Krishan, stuff like that, people are really convinced that, hey, if I want to have a happy relationship, I need to have money and I need to look good. And truth be told, having good looks and even having money is only going to get a relationship so far. That's not enough for a relationship. On the surface, yeah, it's great. You can convince the world that you're the happiest two people in the world. But that is not enough for a relationship. It's a lot of women that are attractive, in real life and on social media, but that's all they have. They have that beauty. And somehow, some way they think that is enough for a relationship. No, it's enough for a guy's interest to become maybe physical with you because of your appearance and your figure. It's a physical thing. But after that part, it's like, then what? What else do you have to offer in the relationship? And a lot of women are delusional. They really think that they have more to offer in a relationship other than good looks, or let me dress a certain way and look a certain way, and I'm going to get a good guy that's going to love me and spend the rest of their life with me. And to this day, I've never seen that work. I've seen women in and out of relationships thinking that they have more to offer than their looks. And, it lasts a month, 6 months, a year, 2 years, but it doesn't last long. And that's because beauty can only get you so far. And on the flip side with men, men that have money, they're going to entice a lot of women because for whatever reasons nowadays, women are trying to, get guys that have money to make them financially secure. Oh, he has money. Oh, he has a house. That's, that's secure in a bag. But you got to have more than that too as a man, because sooner or later, once those things, the good looks and the money, once those things become a norm, you have to have more to bring. If you have no substance other than that, it's not going to last. And anybody that disagrees with me, well, that ain't true. What relationship you seen that last that was based just off of money and good looks? I haven't seen any. I have not seen any. Most of the people I know have been in and out of relationships over and over looking for happiness when they not realizing that they not only have to have more to bring to the table than good looks, but they also have to meet the person on the other side that brings more to the table than these certain little things here and there. And what's crazy is the more and more you date, the more and more relationships you get in, the harder it is to build a bond with that new person because you're going to always compare them to your previous. Like, well, he does this that this guy didn't do, and that guy didn't do, and that guy didn't do. And you focusing so much on what he does that they didn't do that you don't have enough time to build a bond with him. And guys that have nothing, they have very little substance, they just have a lot of money, they'll get women temporarily because the lure is there. Oh, he got money, he got clout. You know, we can look good here or floss there, and I can show my friends, hey, look, he took me to Benihana, stuff like that. But then behind closed doors, what is it? What else does he have after that? Can you guys hold conversations together? You know, does he have ambition? Does he have drive? Is he going anywhere in life? And then that money he makes, is it legit money? You know, is it some kind of card cracking or PPP loan scam? You know, is he selling drugs in the street? Or does he have, like, you know, income from a legitimate source and residual income? So when you get caught up in those things, and that's all, the relationship's not going to work. And I see it over and over again. And some people are delusional and naive. They really think they have more to offer in relationships than they actually do. And to those people, I will say this: if you have more to offer in a relationship than just your looks or, you know, the intimate part of you, why don't your relationships last? Why don't they last? Why are you in and out of relationships? Why are you on your 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th relationship? You know, if you have more to offer, because it ain't always your partner, right? It isn't always, oh, well, they didn't do this or they didn't. Maybe it's you. Maybe they just got bored. Maybe they realize you don't really have nothing to offer and you nag and complain and you know, things like that happen. And no one really nowadays takes the time to get to know a person. No one does that. It's hey, you look cute. Hey, you look cute, or you're nice, or you got a house, or you got a car, or you send me roses and none of the other guys gave me roses, or you compliment my makeup and my eyelashes and none of the other guys did. So you're the one for me. Nah, maybe not. You know, I always say, if you want to get to know somebody, you marry them, you live with them, or you have kids with them. And that's when you really know somebody. Unfortunately, marrying somebody and having a kid with them isn't the best thing to do with somebody before you get to know them. So you got to try the other things, man. You know, talking, listening, interacting with each other, you know, staying over a couple of nights here and there, but not necessarily making an enemy. Because if you rush the sex, if you rush it, you're going to ruin a relationship. I know there's people out there that will say, oh, don't put a timetable on sex. Let it just happen naturally. And I agree with that. You know, let it happen naturally. But when that's the main thing on your mind, then you're not letting it happen naturally. That becomes your goal. When these guys see these women online wearing shirts with the arms showing and tight pants and the eyelashes and the makeup and all that hips and booty sticking out, it's a physical attraction. It's going to be a physical attraction because that's what they see. That's what you're promoting. That's what you're enhancing. That's what they see. So that's the goal. And guys that will say, oh, no, it's not just about sex, I'm not even into that, they more than likely lying. They're more than likely lying. What they're doing is selling you a dream or convincing you of something to gain your trust. But once they get that prize, once they get between your legs, that's when everything changes. So that's why I say maybe sometimes just wait, you know, make the guy earn it, you know, have him work for it. Don't just, you know, drop it in his lap just because you've been single for so long and, you know, haven't had any action in so long. That's ridiculous in my opinion. And guys with money, you're going to come across women that are attracted to you, but it's not necessarily you. It's the money. It's the jewelry. It's the idea that, hey, if I'm with him, I won't have to worry about bills. I can go to nice places and eat. He can buy me nice things. But that doesn't make love. That doesn't mean she cares about you. That's not how that works. So you got to be careful, man. You know, my advice, be reserved. You know, don't put what you have on social media. Don't let the world know, hey, I got this nice car. I got this pool in the backyard. I got this watch, this Audemars. You know, don't do that first. Because now that's the precedent you setting. And that's what she's going to be attracted to. your money. But what about you? You know, what happens when that money doesn't last, when that money goes away? Because money isn't, it isn't a forever thing, especially if you don't manage it right. So what happens when you ain't got that money, you ain't got that jewelry, all you have is you? You think that woman's going to stay around? If that was the initial attraction, she was initially attracted to your money, not your looks, because we know that there's some, guys that may not be the most appealing, but that money is sexy. That money is what's handsome or whatever, what attracts the women. So if that's how she met you and that's the precedence you set, what happens when that money goes away? Does she stay? Does she leave? Maybe try not flaunting, being reserved. You have what you have regardless, but you don't have to put it out there. Find out if she can be attracted to you other than outside of the material things you have. And guess what? That requires some patience and time too. Let her see you without the flash and the pizzazz. See if she's attracted to you then. That's a better start, because if it's the money that you promoting, then you're gonna attract a certain kind of woman. You're gonna attract women that are, into that. Oh, he got money, girl. I don't care what he look like, but he got money. So you setting yourself up too. It goes both ways, man. And then these women with these looks and these men with this money, they get together and now they're in a relationship, taking pictures, a date here or there. But then behind closed doors, it starts to get stale. It's like, wait a minute. All you have is money. We can't even hold conversations together. We have nothing in common. I don't even like the movies you like. I don't like the places you like. I don't like the food you like, But they find that out after the fact. They become intimate. They do the relationship. Now they realize they're not compatible. Well, it's kind of too late now. He's gotten the prize, and you may have gotten him to buy you things, but the relationship just ain't gonna last. And I see it over and over again. I just don't understand it, man. Like, why people don't know how to be alone or be single. Take time to figure yourself out, better yourself before trying to be in a relationship. Everyone deserves to be happy. That is true. But that don't mean you rush it. That don't mean you force it, because it's never gonna work. Get people to earn you. Work for you. Don't just give them everything you have up front. Because then later on down the line, there's nothing. It's like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. And like I said, if anybody doubts me or if anybody doesn't believe me, show me a relationship that has worked based on a woman with just looks and not a woman that thinks she got more. Because a lot of women think they have more than good looks. They think that they got something, I don't know, they can cook, they can clean, but that's not a quality skill. Everyone should be able to cook and clean. So they're naive and they think they have more and they really don't. And then these guys, I got money, so I don't need to have nothing else. I can just buy anything else I need to make her happy, to keep this relationship going. And that doesn't work either. So my advice, my recommendations is to take your time, have patience. It's okay to be single for a year, for 2, for 3, for 10. It's okay to be single. But I would rather be single and wait to find the right person and spend a good amount of time doing that than to just somebody with a nice body. Oh, she has a nice body. She looks good on social media. I'm going to make her my girlfriend. We're going to date and be in a relationship. Good luck with that. But just take your time, man. That's my take on it. It's my opinion. Everyone's opinion is going to be different. This opinion is going to offend some people, and this opinion is not going to be popular. But if you think about it, ask yourself, how many relationships have I been in the past 5-6 years? How many of them worked out? And why didn't they work out? And the older we get, it just seems like the less time we have to find a relationship. And that's not true. It's okay to be in your 40s, still looking for the right person. But when you rushing it over and over, in and out, you miss things, man. But if you happy doing it, if you happy in and out of beds or in and out of dudes' houses or spending money on multiple women, if this makes you happy and you're content, hey, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Just make sure you aren't hurting anybody in the process, and make sure you're not disrespecting yourself either. Because if you don't know your own worth, no one else is going to know it either. They not. Because you set the precedence and the standard for what you will and won't accept in your life. And if you will accept anything, then anything is going to come into your life. That's all I got to say about that, man. Thank y'all for watching this podcast, man. I try to keep these on a 1 week schedule, but you know, life happens and it's not always the case. But I'm still going to put them out there, whether they get 1 view or 1 million views. Because for me, it's more about the message. And if I can get one person to hear me and, you know, it changes their way of thinking, like I say, I think that's an accomplishment. So we're going to keep this train going, man. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for subscribing and liking always. And until the next video, be easy.